Welcome to video 2. This is the calligraphy point. It's very similar to the universal or the mini universal tips in their shape, except instead of having a diagonal edge to it, it's more of a vertical edge. Both sides come tapered in evenly. I found that burning straight lines was fairly easy. Every now and again, one side of that sharp edge would catch, so I found that if you just put down one side of the edge instead of both sides of the edge, it came across much smoother, unless you want really short lines, and then you can just tap the wood. As for dots, that's also very similar to the universal or mini universal tips in the sense that they come out triangular. I wouldn't use it for stippling, but it's definitely an interesting pattern. I found that curves on this one were even harder to do. You can get some curves out of it, and if you worked really hard at it, I'm sure you can get good at it, but it's not easy for making curves. And I found it was even worse for circles. So if you're doing geometric shapes that are rounded, I wouldn't use this tip. But I do think it's great for geometric shapes that are squared or use a lot of straight lines. Now remember, I'm not trying to make this pretty. I'm trying to see what are the easiest uses for each tip. Now I do like it for shading. I feel like you can get a really good gradient with this tip. Really dark shades, really light shades. It is smaller than the universal tip, so if you're looking to get into smaller areas, I think this is a really, really good option. Now for lettering. And for the cursive, again, those curved lines, they're really difficult to get with this tip. I do think you could do it with some practice, but there are much easier tips. I would not use this one for cursive. As for bold block lettering, I do think that this is a better option than the cursive, but you might have better luck still with the universal point because the universal point can handle curves just a little bit better. And even with bold block letters, you got some curves in there. Like the B, the U, the R, they all have curves. It's just easier if you have something that can handle those curves a little bit better. So here are my favorite uses and my least favorite uses of the calligraphy point. I love it for straight lines. It's okay for dots. I would not use it for curves or circles or cursive. It's okay for lettering, and it's pretty good for shading. That's about it on your calligraphy tip. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next video.